everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel, and this video is just going to be a super short, quick video on what type of hybrids that I think are useful in early game. I've had loads of questions about this, so I thought this would be the perfect video to make to answer everyone's questions. I hope you find it useful. So my list only comprises of 6 dinosaurs. I could have gone into more, but I think this list actually makes quite a lot of sense. As the numbers go up, it's like a perfect transition between each hybrid, I think. So as you progress in the game, you'll probably go on to this hybrid next, if that makes sense. So for very early game, I think the best hybrid to go for is actually Tater. If you don't know much about this hybrid, it's quite fast, bulky, not the fastest, but the main things are it's an Indominus Rex killer. I put all the stats up on the screen next to me so you can see its moves and its stats. But basically, it's an all-round status dinosaur. So it can counter Indominus Rex and any evasive. So Monomimers, Indominus Rex, it can bleed, so it can bleed Brachiosaurus, Stegodeus, and the fact it's got crippling distraction. It's a priority move, it goes first, and that means that you can bleed and then cripple distract. So basically you get 2 goes off, and the bleeding damage is done actually by HP now. It used to be by attack, but now it's HP. So this is my number 1 dinosaur for early game because it's easy to obtain. It's made out of Irritated Gen 2 and Suchomimus, which are common dinosaurs. And I've seen this dinosaur in the arenas like really high level, like level 26. Unless you're immune, this dinosaur can actually do a lot of damage. And whenever it leads, I'm like, oh god, not again. So my first dinosaur would be definitely Tater. So my second dinosaur is actually called Monostegatops. If you're aware of this game, you're aware of this hybrid. It's a hybrid of Triceratops and Stegosaurus to make Stegoceratops, and then Stegoceratops is then used along with Monolophosaurus DNA. Now Monostegatops, for this reason, this class is a super hybrid. Difficult to access and gain because you're looking at making a hybrid and a hybrid, but in my opinion, Triceratops DNA and Stegosaurus DNA is absolutely everywhere. The only thing that's holding you back on this is Monolophosaurus. It's basically a bulkier Stegoceratops, massive combat against Indominus Rex because it can completely nullify a cloak. It's not the slowest armored creature, and it's also got nullifying impact along with the really useful stunning impact and slowing impact that Stegoceratops have. So for that reason, Monostegatops is my number 2 on the list. Plus, if you look at any of the high level players, anyone who's ranked 20 or above in the arenas, they've got a Monostegatops in their team. So for that reason, definitely Monostegatops is my number 2. Number 3 is the movie classic Indominus Rex. This was my first legendary that I obtained in the game, and for one reason only. It is made out of only 2 components, and one of them is absolutely everywhere. Velociraptor DNA. So the only thing holding back this hybrid is the fact it's made out of T-Rex DNA. But since Ludia have introduced the events into the game and the weekly dinosaurs, now and again T-Rex does come around. So for that reason, when that happens, I tend to just all go for T-Rex. I don't see it anymore. I used to see it quite a lot, but I don't see it anymore. Being an epic dinosaur and a legendary creature, it only takes 50 T-Rex DNA a go. So if you're quite good at darting, you could possibly get 1 to 2 attempts of Indominus Rex from every T-Rex attempt, really. Good things about this dinosaur is it's got cloak ability. It was the first dinosaur to cloak. Back then it was 2 times damage, now it's not, it's gone a lot less. No, actually, correct me, it is still 2 times damage once you're cloaked. Now, you've got to rely on RNG for this, random number generator. You might get really lucky with Indominus Rex, you may not. It's amazing at countering things with a lot of HP and armor because its move gets doubled when you're under cloak, and it's got armor piercing. It's not very good against nullifiers and anything with instant invincibility or an instant shield, such as swapping a Lanqua or Trago. It's really bad against them. But for that reason, Indominus Rex is my number 3 dinosaur on the hybrid list. Okay, so moving on to number 4 is one of my favourite hybrids, and it is Stegodeus. Or Stegodeus, I don't know how you say it, I'm not sure. This hybrid is an absolute beast. It has got nerfed by Ludia for that reason, and it's still really, really overpowered. It was introduced as a raptor killer with a superiority strike, and back then, superiority strike used to cleanse the dinosaur completely. So you would cleanse a pounce, bleed, slow, anything. And now obviously that's been changed. It's actually a super hybrid as well. So it's made out of Nodopather Titan DNA along with Stegosaurus DNA. Now, Nodopather Titan is made out of a common and a rare, and Stegosaurus is obviously a rare. So to make this amazing hybrid, you've only got 2 commons and 1 rare component, which I think is really, really, really decent. If you look at its moves, it's got shield, slowing, and rampage. It is an amazing Indominus Rex counter and a raptor killer. It's a beast against any fast raptors. It's not very good against immune creatures because obviously its status changes won't work, and it's not very good against bleeders. It's got a high HP, armor, plus the defense, but if you've got a bleeder, you can't cleanse yourself. But for that reason, Stego God is on my list at number 4. Okay, moving on to number 5, almost done. It is Spinotasuchus. If you click on the links below on the Meta Hub link, you will see that Spinotasuchus is the only legendary creature in the Tyrant bracket. Now, if you don't know, Tyrant bracket is the top apex bracket of dinosaurs. Obviously, click the link below to have a proper look. The only downside to getting this hybrid is the fact it's a super hybrid once more, and its components are actually quite difficult to find. This is why I don't see this dinosaur in very high levels in the arena, because mainly it's quite difficult to level up and collect the DNA of its components. So initially it's made out of Spinotasuchus DNA and Caprasuchus DNA, and Spinotasuchus is made out of Spinosaurus and Utahraptor. So those are the 3 rare components of this dinosaur, but it's completely worth it for the fact it is the only legendary dinosaur in the Tyrant bracket, and it's there for a reason. It's got massive speed of 129, and it's got 2 bleeding moves. So basically it's very likely to get off a bleeding move straight away, and then your second move you can actually swoop, which means you can hit them, which also bleeds a percentage, and change and swap into a different dinosaur. So you can hit again and swap. This causes massive damage, especially to things which cannot cleanse. It's decent because it's fast, so if you are in a tricky situation against a raptor, for example, or something quite fast, its speed is at 129, which, let me check, is actually faster than the dreaded Indoraptor. Just let me check. Yes, it's actually faster than Indoraptor, so it's one of the fastest dinosaurs in the game. And for that reason, I think that's why Spinotasuchus is my number 5 hybrid in the list. So finally, number 6 is got to be Indoraptor. This dinosaur is very, very, very useful. If you look at all of the top 20 ranked players, I'll keep referring to them because they're there for a reason. They've got an Indoraptor in their team. Indoraptor has a speed of 128, but it's got a very versatile moveset. It used to have Cloak. If you think about it, it's made out of Indominus Rex, which has Cloak, but they found that Indoraptor with Cloak at a speed of 128 was super overpowered, so they changed Cloak to Evasive Stance. This is the first unique I ever created, and it's for a reason again. It's made out of only 2 components. It's made out of Raptor DNA and T-Rex DNA. Yes, it's made out of Indominus Rex DNA, but again, Indominus Rex is only made out of those 2 components, and Velociraptor is absolutely everywhere. The only thing that's holding you back for this hybrid is the T-Rex DNA. But as I said before, there are events, so you need to collect the T-Rex DNA when you can, and it is a unique hybrid for a reason. It's not meant to be easy to obtain. I highly recommend you work towards these creatures in early game. It'll only work if you start working early, otherwise you're going to be chasing your tail with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment what you think, and subscribe, as I will be uploading more tutorials which I hope help you guys in the early stages of the game. So thank you, see you soon, bye!